We had transmission fluid in the radiator and antifreeze in the transmission. It's like swapping spit. It's nasty and it doesn't work very well. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to HR Repair. This is Hey Ray. Today, we've got a 2010 Nissan. This is the Pro 4X. It is the Frontier. So, we've got an antifreeze leak, but that's not at all what this video is about. This video, hey, I just put that radiator cap on. This is for all you guys with OCD. You know, if you know, you know. All right, enough of that. We have a transmission that we had to put in this thing because the antifreeze and the transmission fluid were swapping with each other. We had transmission fluid in the radiator and antifreeze in the transmission. It's like swapping spit. It's nasty and it doesn't work very well. All right, so what we've got is, what happens with these things is that we'll have this transmission cooler inside the radiator that will crack, and you'll have mixing of fluids in this part right here. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to disassemble this thing, and we will pressure test our cooler and see where it failed. I did something similar with a heater core, and you guys kind of blew that one up. So it seems like you guys might like that kind of stuff. So we're going to try it again, see what happens. So stay tuned. We'll get this thing tore apart and see what happens. Contact. All right. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and try to pry this apart. I'd take a Sawzall and cut it, but I'm afraid that that's going to destroy the transmission preheater. The transmission cooler in here. And the reason I call it the preheater is obviously I'm trying to be funny. It may or may not work, I don't know, but it seriously is not, in my opinion, is not a cooler, because it has an external cooler in the front. So it goes through here first, comes in, transmission fluid comes in, here or here, one of the two, but it comes in, goes through here, back out, probably comes in here first. Anyway, goes to a cooler in front, which is an air to oil cooler, which means that there is air passing through, just kind of like here. This is a air to water cooler, radiator, but we have one of those in the front that transmission oil flows through. So, in my opinion, this is my opinion, if you're going to run it through the radiator has 100 and, well, by the time it comes out of here, because it comes in up here, runs through the tubes, the antifreeze coming out of here is down to about 150 probably, or maybe a little less. So to me, that's still heating up for one, it's heating up the antifreeze going back into your engine, and two, it's heating up the oil before it goes out front to be cooled down from there. So I don't know. I don't like the cooler in the radiator idea. I like to have just the cooler out front, air to oil cooler. I think it works better. So we're going to get this thing split apart. We're going to see what the inside of the radiator looks like after it's got oil and water mixed. Sorry, oil and antifreeze mixed. And we'll just see what the inside of this thing looks like. So let me get something and we'll get these things. I might actually be able to take a grinder and just shave these right off of here. So why don't we try that? I was going to go along and pry all of those up, but I think if I just cut right through here and cut all of those off, I can pry that tank right off of there. All right, I think this is going to work. I've started doing it already, so let's get to cutting this thing off. That was warm. All right, now let's see if we can separate this. Oh no! Here, let's do this. Really? Now that doesn't even really look like a cooler to me. I mean, it's... That's definitely not a cooler. I mean, in all honesty, these tubes do not look too bad. But as you can tell, there was some mixing of fluids going on. There's a little bit of transmission oil. Actually, there's a fair amount of transmission oil in there. So, all right, let's get this out of here. All right, off of there with ya. All right, so somewhere in this cooler we have a leak. I did that without thinking. I'm like a baby. Everything's got to go to my mouth, I guess. All right, well, as we can see, this doesn't look the best. But let's apply a little bit of air pressure to this, and well, stick it in some water and see where the leaks are from. We have got our test bench set up here. I put a vacuum plug on here, plug cap, and we're going to apply approximately, I don't know, probably 5 pounds of pressure. Maybe not even that much. It doesn't need much. I would assume not, with the way it was mixing antifreeze and oil with each other, both in the transmission and in the radiator. So let's, I think I've got it turned down most of the way. Let's apply a little bit of air pressure to it. As you can see here, all right, as you can see, we don't have much, but I can hear it leaking already. So we're gonna stop with air pressure there because I don't want to have a cap go flying off. Now we're going to get our soapy water, and I stole that from Chris Fix-It. All right, let's as I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but here, all right. So I can hear it and I can see where it's coming from, but maybe you guys can't as much. That's going to be almost impossible to tell too. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's like, can you hear it? It's right there. It's in this tube right down in here. So it has failed. Here, I'll put you up to the mic. You can hear it. So this is where our failure was at. It was right in here. I was expecting this to have cooling fins in it. But as you can see, it's just a tube. That's not much of a cooling apparatus if you ask me. Okay, well, we'll quit dragging this one out, but we've definitely found the failure, and Nissan, get your crap together because this has been a problem for a long time. This is a 2010. Now, they might have fixed it now, but this is a problem. So, if you have a transmission that's slipping in your Nissan, or any of them for that matter, and you see a chocolatey looking oil in your transmission, be suspect of this. And here's the thing that kind of puzzles me, is that a lot of manufacturers out there have this system in it where they'll run it through the radiator and then to an external cooler, and they don't have near the problem that Nissan does. So I don't remember where I heard it. Was it Rain Man Ray or was it South Main Auto? Either one. Either way, they stated that Nissan is the Chrysler of Japan, and I believe that to be very true. So can you see that where it's right there? Right there. That's the spot. All right. That's all we needed to see. I knew this is where the problem was going to be in here, but I thought maybe you guys might want to see that. Like I said, you guys blew up the one about the heater core. I think that thing's got close to 50,000 views. For some people, that's not a lot. For me, that's a lot. And I like views because more views brings a little more income for the channel. So, just going to put it out there. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll have more. If you didn't like it, I guess go to a different channel or watch a different video. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, enough jaw jacking. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.